Is the Chinese Communist Party to blame for the spread of the Wuhan virus? And will the Chinese Communist Party be held accountable? I am not putting any blame on the people of China, just their atrocious government. Let's look at some of the timelines to see what most likely happened. Before I comment on these questions, please help this channel by giving this video a like. Every like will help the YouTube algorithm. Thank you in anticipation. I have been doing some research on the Wuhan virus, and yes, I will continue to call it that and not become like the PC brigade. It appears to have started in Wuhan, and as history shows, viruses are normally named after where they came from. However, we don't want to upset the Chinese Communist Party, do we? So let's call it COVID-19 instead. Now back to the timeline. In late November 2019, word was getting out that there were suspicious deaths in Wuhan and that there could be a new virus on the loose. I will be generous here and say that the virus was not known and that the illnesses were thought to be some form of pneumonia. However, if action had been taken then, early December, there would not be the massive loss of life and the economic destruction we are now seeing. On the 15th of December, a trade deal was signed by the Chinese Communist Party with the USA. This was only part one of the deal, with the second part being signed later. This second part was amended at the behest of the Chinese Communist Party to include a clause that if an act of God occurred, and that was to include a pandemic, then the Chinese Communist Party was not obligated to fulfill its obligations under the trade agreements. This was signed in mid-January 2020. At this time, the Chinese Communist Party, with the help of the World Health Organization, was putting forward the idea that the problem was just another flu, and that human-to-human transmission was most unlikely. The World Health Organization has a lot to answer for in regard to its support for the Chinese Communist Party on this. When the Chinese Communist Party became fully aware of the extent of the outbreak, it began to take action. It sealed off Wuhan from the rest of China, but not from the rest of the world. Thousands of people who would not have known that they may be carrying the virus travelled overseas. This included such places as Italy, as the Chinese Communist Party had programs ongoing there in the quest to become world dominant. The USA was also an obvious target. It was not until after the signing of the second part of the trade deal with the US in mid-January that the Chinese Communist Party started to open up with information about the Wuhan virus. A Wuhan doctor in late December raised the alarm via Chinese social media about a possible deadly virus. He was arrested and apparently willingly signed a confession that he was in fact just a rumour monger. He died in early February. The Chinese Communist Party must have known that there was human-to-human transmission and about the real seriousness of the virus for some 6 weeks before shutting down travel and admitting the extent of the infections. So yes, the Chinese Communist Party did know about the Wuhan virus and its seriousness, but did nothing to alert the world until it had favourable trade agreements in place with the USA. The Chinese Communist Party must therefore be held accountable, and I trust the indignation of the peoples of the free world will lead to them being held to blame. The unfortunate part of that, though, is it will also hurt the Chinese people in the process. Finally, at the end of January, the World Health Organization declared a worldwide health emergency or pandemic, and the countries of the world started the shutdown we are now seeing. Too late to avoid catastrophic results. The projected prosperity of 2020 has in just 2 short months changed and is now looking like a worldwide depression. The Chinese Communist Party must be made to pay, or we will see this again in the future. And the Chinese Communist Party is still telling lies with its reported figures. A statistic that I saw had mortality rates per 100,000 of population as follows: Belgium 45.2 per 100k, Spain 42.8 per 100k, the UK 21.9, the USA 11.2, and China 0.3 per 100k. If you believe that, then I feel sorry for you. Also, there have been no reported cases in Beijing. Yeah, right. Let's compare Wuhan with New York. They are cities of similar populations and densities. New York has had over 13,000 deaths, whereas Wuhan has only had 3,200. Once again, if you believe that, you are really gullible. Finally, the World Health Organization appeared to be in league with the Chinese Communist Party. It is headed by an Ethiopian doctor who is a confessed Marxist and who was proposed by the Chinese Communist Party. Did the World Health Organization do the bidding of the Chinese Communist Party? I believe so. Reform of the World Health Organization is also needed. That is the end of this video. Please do comment, as I do like these missives to be more than a one-way street. Please don't forget to subscribe and click on the little bell to see when I upload the next video. Sharing this video with friends and family would also be appreciated. Thanks for watching Captain Cookie's commentary, and we will see you next time.